After missing 5 weeks with a hamstring injury, Brooklyn Nets star James Harden's return is expected to be a game-time decision against San Antonio tonight, sources told ESPN. Harden is expected to gauge his readiness along with team officials ahead of the Nets' return to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn on Wednesday, sources said. As one Nets star is getting healthy, another gets injured. Kyrie Irving has been cleared of a concussion after exiting last night's win over the Bulls with a facial contusion. Nets coach Steve Nash said Irving underwent an initial X-ray at the United Center, but the results were inconclusive. He is scheduled to have a second X-ray this morning. Facial contusion is a fancy word for a face bruise. The last time Brooklyn's Big Three all played in the same game, their record was 15-12. That was early February. They are now 45-24, 2 games back of Philly for the top seed in the East. If they all three played tonight, it would be just the 8th time the trio has played together since Harden was acquired in January. I don't think you can underestimate that number enough. 7 times since this trio's come together, they're expected to win an NBA title. So, Perk, how important are these final 3 regular season games for the Nets as they try to fine-tune that chemistry prior to the postseason?
Well, I mean, it's very important, and it's not for the Big Three, Matt. It's for the others, okay? Like, being able to play like the Joe Harrises and Jeff Green and Blake Griffin, how they're going to fit in with with James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Kevin Durant. And also, it's huge for Steve Nash, being able to figure out his rotations, being able to see and work with certain lineups to see when I'm going to sub this player, when I'm going to get KD out the game and come back with KD in the second quarter, or am I going to sub James Harden early? And then last but not least, they have to get their defense together. And I think they're only going to do that with a fully healthy Big Three, knowing guys' rotation, knowing guys' weaknesses, their strengths, and being able to cover up for that and who benefits who. Should we play DeAndre Jordan? Should we play Blake Griffin? Should we play Claxton? Like, they have to figure these things out. And this is why these next 3 games are key for the Brooklyn Nets for us, the Big Three playing together. Yeah, offensively, they're going to be fine. They have enough offensive firepower.
You talk about the Big Three chemistry, but you're right. This goes into rotations for Coach Nash. He's got to figure out how this works all in a system with the Big Three. And Vegas didn't build an entire city in the desert on being wrong. They're still installed as the NBA title favorites, which is amazing. We'll head out to Vegas a little bit to talk about that. And by the way, as far as our starting 5, I'm going to bring you some J.J. Redick type skills. I will shoot the lights out on any of these punks. Let's go.
Hey, Matt, you know what? I can see you in LA Fitness right now shooting the lights out with the doctors and nurses there.
High socks, rec specs. Let's go. Perk, thank you.
Fitness.
All right.
Last night at Staples Center, LA trying desperately to avoid the play-in tournament. So is New York. No LeBron James. Many thought he would play. He did not go. So it's Julius Randle, Anthony Davis. Couple of big names to watch here, and Randall is having one heck of a season. Fade away Jay from the baseline, and he's pumped. He's really pumped early on. As the Knicks take a 7-point lead. Now they're down by 5 to Lakers. That's Andre Drummond dumping the pass to AD. Look again, right over Randall. So they're going to go back and forth. So it's a 3-point cushion now. 2 minutes left. Lakers down 2. Taylor Horton-Tucker drives the dish to Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who slips a pass right there to Andre Drummond inside. So that ties the game. Now Knicks ball right after that. Derrick Rose, he's going to drive a little spin move on the way, and he hits that floater. He had 27 points. That gives the Knicks a 2-point lead. LeBron can only watch as he lets the ankle rest one more day. Knicks up 2. Davis plays really good defense here. Knicks unable to get the ball off before the shot clock violation. So that's a turnover for them. So Lakers ball, 10 seconds to go. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope from the corner, misses the 3. Wesley Matthews is there for the putback lay-in, though. That was big. Look again. Strong off glass for Matthews. LeBron wanted a foul. You're going to see him here. He's always pretty vocal from the sidelines, right? Never one to stay quiet, stay sit still. So Lakers tie the game at 91. 3 seconds left. Randall with the ball in the lane. Hey, good look through contact there. Couldn't get it to go. So we need extras. We need overtime, starting with the score tied at 91. Lakers up 1 in the extra session, and it's Davis. He's going to keep it. Off glass. Limping a little bit after that play, though, as the Lakers take a 3-point lead. More on that in a second. Randall. Hey, you don't need to give him much room. Making him pay. That was with Anthony Davis closing out on him. Spike Lee, you saw him in the crowd. He loves it. Randall, 31-8-5. And the Knicks are up 1. Taylor Horton-Tucker, 4-3. How about that? The second-year guard out of Iowa State, and LeBron approves as LA goes back up by 2. RJ Barrett, you see him, he's going to kind of dance along the perimeter here. And time winding down, less than 2 seconds to go. He chucks that one up, and it's not even close. Spike Lee, devastation. LeBron and AD, they're happy campers. AD goes for 20 points, 6 boards, 4 assists. And it's a 101-99 win for the Lakers as, again, they try hard to avoid the play-in. That was a big win against a good Knicks team. No rest for the weary, though, as they're right back at it tonight, hosting the Rockets. Getting LeBron back tonight would sure help this lineup. And then it's a pair of road games on back-to-back nights, Saturday and Sunday, to close out their regular season. Still, the Lakers have less than a 32% chance to avoid the play-in. It's getting tight. As you might imagine, the health of Anthony Davis will have a lot to do with whether or not they go to the play-in. Here he is talking about the groin after the big win over the Knicks.
I'm hurt. Not more so my body, just my groin got tight. That was really it. Not sure where it came from, but the groin got a little tight. And there's no way I was coming out the game. I mean, big game for us. A team who's playing red hot. The situation that we're in, trying to battle for 6, and we know the position we're in, and we're playing desperate. We're fighting. We're playing hard. That's all we can do.
Take Perkins joining us now live on SportsCenter. You heard AD say it. I mean, they're getting desperate. He's hurting. They get the win, though, against a good Knicks team. What was your biggest takeaway from the Lakers game last night?
Well, besides that, the addition of the play-in tournament has been great because we got a great game last night. But, Sage, listen, the Lakers' defense is on point, and they have the best defensive team in the NBA. They were on the Knicks' heels like a pair of socks last night, and that's what won them the game. The way that Andre Drummond and Anthony Davis anchored the defense, keeping the ball in front of them on the perimeter, being able to rebound at a high level. Anthony Davis, healthy, is the best defensive player in the league. We haven't seen a guy like him, a guy that can switch out on 1 through 5, guard multiple positions, hold his ground, able to contest shots and alter shots where guys are shooting over the backboard. So their defense is stellar, it's on point. And that was my biggest takeaway from last night. Yeah,
and that is why, talk about desperation. If they don't have a full go on AD, then that's going to be an issue for this Lakers team. So we'll wait to hear about his status for tonight's matchup against the Rockets. Meantime, we're still waiting. Will this be the night that LeBron James comes back finally, as he's been trying to give that ankle some extra rest? So, Perk, what will you be looking for from him to see if he's, ready to go come postseason if he goes tonight?
Well, you know what? I don't care if LeBron James go 0 for 30. I just want to see his ability, the way that he's moving laterally. So if he have the speed to get up and down the court like the LeBron James we know, his jumping ability. I want to see if his athleticism is there. I'm not worried about necessarily if he makes shots that will come or if he's able to dunk. That's what I want to see. Like, how is he elevating? How is he moving defensively? Is he getting up and down the floor? That's what I want to see out of LeBron James tonight. And he better play.
He better play because why?
Because he needs it. He needs the reps, right? And right. I tell you this all the time. It's nothing like playing the game of basketball to get you in basketball shape and get your rhythm. That way he could get accustomed and adjust to the workload of the physicality. Mm-hmm. So he needs these games. They only have 4 left.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why not do it against the Rockets?
Okay? That right there is a really good point.
Let me tell you, Sage. You, myself, Matt, maybe throw in Stephen A. and maybe Molly. We could go out there and beat the Houston Rockets right now. Brian might as well go ahead and go lace his shoes.
Bring it. And especially if we play defense like they did against the Knicks yesterday, right? What was it? Yeah. On their heels like a pair of socks? Bring it. Yeah. Perk. Hang tight for just a second. LeBron not the only superstar trying to return. Matt, keep it going.